Do you feel like you're slow and clunky around the court? Are you unsure if you're doing the right footwork? And do you feel like you can't implement footwork into real matches? This is what 85% of people told us that they have problems with when we asked them. So in this video, we're going to give you 5 actionable tips to improve your footwork and become a smoother mover. These will help you get rid of any bad habits and move more explosively and more efficiently.
Having better footwork really will help you win a lot more badminton matches. So let's get straight into it. Our first tip is something that should be used in pretty much every movement you do. And no, it's not the split step. You of course should do this, but this tip is that you'd usually land with one foot just before the other when doing your split step. We like to think of it as a do-do, and the foot that should land first is the one furthest away from where you want to move to.
Doing this helps you move faster because your body naturally starts moving in this direction. Wherever you are right now, stand up and give this a go. Jump up and land on one leg just before the other. Here you'll see how your body naturally shifts its momentum in the opposite direction. This is why you want to use this in your footwork, just of course without jumping up quite as high and bending your legs a little bit more. You'd usually do this in most shots, apart from when the shuttle is coming close to your body. And if you can anticipate your opponent's shot, you can be more confident in this do-do.
Speaking of anticipating, our next tip is all about anticipating, so you'll know what position to have your feet in. But before we get into these tips, we want to share an exciting update with you. A project that we've been working on for over a year has just launched.
This is the Footwork Accelerator, a complete step-by-step system to help you improve your footwork. There are 42 video lessons which cover every movement in badminton, as well as common combinations you'd use in rallies, how to actually practice your footwork, and much more footwork insight.
Yeah, it's going to help you move correctly, explosively, and effortlessly.
So to accelerate your footwork, check out the Footwork Accelerator in the description below, or head to our website badminton-insight.com/footwork. Let's now move on to our second tip, and this is that you need to anticipate in badminton. Anticipating shots will make you move faster around the court, even if you feel like you're a slow player. A slow player who anticipates will be faster than a speedy player who doesn't. So how do you know where to anticipate? Surely you only know where your opponent is playing once they've actually hit their shot.
Well, technically yes, but there are 3 very useful things you can do to give you a huge head start. The first one is like when you're driving a car and you're stopped at traffic lights and you look at the other lights to guess when your lights are going to turn green. Here, you're anticipating when to go before your lights have actually changed. This is similar to anticipating where your opponents are going to hit by looking at their racket and their body position before they've actually hit their shot. Does it look like they're going to hit hard or play soft? Is their body and racket shaped to play straight or cross court? Can they even physically play certain shots from the position they're in? This does take time to practice judging, but it's like a cheat code.
The second way to anticipate where your opponent is going to play is by thinking about what shots they've played in previous points, or even previous matches. People will have habits. This is like when you can see the traffic lights are on red, but because you play against these lights every day, you'll know how long they'll be on red for and can then anticipate when to go.
Our third way is to then use the directional split step. This helps you move faster into the corner you think your opponent is going to hit to. It's why sprinters will always start with one leg behind the other. It helps them push off faster. To give 2 quick examples, if you think you're going to be moving to the forehand front court, you'd split step with your racket leg closest to this corner. Or if you think you're going to be moving to the forehand rear court, you'd again split step with your racket leg closest to this corner. The best players will make calculated choices, knowing that they can always change the course of their direction. And they do this by using a correctional split step. And this is our third tip.
Yeah, using this correctional split step is going to massively help your footwork speed and efficiency. And we have 2 key points to make sure you do it right. First, you need to be light on your feet. This helps you make adjustments to be able to push off your leg that's opposite to the side you want to move to. For example, if you're anticipating a shot to your forehand rear court in singles or doubles, you would do a directional split step with your racket leg closest to this corner. But if they then lift to your backhand corner, you now need to do a correctional split step, bringing your racket leg forwards and your non-racket leg back.
And our second key point is to have your body weight evenly balanced. If you're anticipating a shot and your body weight is too far in one direction, then it's much harder to change direction. Instead, if you do your directional split step, but your body weight is only slightly leaning forwards, you'll be able to use the correctional split step and change your entire course of direction a lot faster.
Our fourth tip is a quick one, but will have a big impact. And this is using your non-racket leg effectively. Look at the difference between me not using my non-racket leg compared to using it properly. My movement is now much faster and more explosive. It is easy to forget to use your non-racket leg though, and it's something we have to constantly remind ourselves of in pretty much every movement. But it's a game changer for improving your speed and efficiency. And so is our next tip.
Yeah, our fifth tip is to recover quickly out of your shot, and then if you have time, you slow down a little so that you can carry some momentum into your next movement. You don't want to run back to the middle, have to stop, and then start moving again. This completely ruins all of your momentum and makes you a lot slower.
Think of it like that nice feeling you get when you're driving and see that the traffic light is on red, so you slow down and then it goes green just as you get there, rather than going faster towards the red light, then having to stop, only for it to go green 1 second later. Hopefully you're liking these analogies and they're not driving you mad. But stopping really does ruin your rhythm and efficiency, and you'll get tired more, like a car uses more fuel when it has to stop and start.
A bonus tip to help with your momentum and efficiency is to not always move back to the middle. You don't want to be a middle migrator. Instead, you want to take the most direct route, essentially the racing line. We cover lots of different common scenarios in the Footwork Accelerator to help you with this, which are broken down into separate modules for singles and doubles. We also go through the flow method to help you actually implement these footwork movements into your matches. So check out the Footwork Accelerator below to really take that next step with your footwork.
We hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please drop it a like and smash the subscribe button if you haven't already, so that YouTube can serve you up with some more of our videos. Bye.